Alright everyone, if we're ranking like the weirdness power levels of people that are on the left wing of politics, I think Joy Reid would easily be in the top 10. She'd definitely be in the top 20 or thereabouts. And you got Stephen King, you got Brooklyn Dad, but some of these people are paid shills, and some of them, like Joy Reid, soon probably won't be paid at all because MSNBC is completely collapsing. I'm going to read you part of the transcript of her Thanksgiving message here, and you tell me if it sounds just a little bit on the hyperbolic and weird side. Link in the description, archived of course. You can take the live link and watch it for yourself if you want, but you can literally just read the transcript if you don't want to have to see Joy Reid talking, which is probably 90% of you. So let me open this up and give you part of her very, very festive Thanksgiving address. Now, I'm just going to read the article more or less verbatim here because, oh man, I watched this. It's even funnier than the Macy's Day parade stunt. MSNBC host Joy Reid delivered a Thanksgiving message to MAGA trolls at the end of the Wednesday edition of her program. Okay, so there's this strong dual energy among MAGA people and their apologists, and it actually fits quite neatly with the history of America. It's equal parts bully energy, where they want to relentlessly troll liberals. Meanwhile, Lee Zeldin's getting pipe bomb threats, but never mind. And lash out and minorities and victim energy, where those same liberals are supposed to take the trolling quietly and also pity the trolls, Reid said. It's the eternal victimhood of the conservative, Reid continued. We need to constantly coddle, study, and understand them. No one, not the media, the big thinkers, definitely not the comedians, are required to try to understand liberals and progressives. Are we living in opposite day at the moment? Because I seem to recall over the last couple of years, most of the trolling, fucking doxing, stalking, harassing, censorship, all of these things have been aimed generally at people who are part of what Joy Reid labels the MAGA troll crowd. And it's not just conservatives. I'm one of them. Not a conservative, but I'm MAGA. I voted for Trump. I'm very happy to have done so. And I do love a bit of trolling. It's very funny. I guess the idea was that at the Thanksgiving dinner table, the weird uncle of the family, liberals have this weird trope where they think like there's that one oddball relative that votes Republican habitually and like drives a Jeep and wears camo and shit like that. Like that particular uncle or something like that. And the idea is they're taking a victory lap and that this is a big fucking problem. Stereotypes and weird shit aside, if you go through this, it shows an astonishing lack of self-awareness. Liberals disproportionately have been the ones harassing and cajoling people online now for literally years. I've seen this. I even saw this back when I considered myself to be a liberal, actually, which is what's hysterical about this. It goes from bad to worse, though. Let's go through a little bit more. So apparently, the people who voted for the I will protect women whether they like it or not, childless women should have no rights, Puerto Rico is trash island, and Haitians will eat your pets gang are the real victims, despite their guy winning the election. In fact, they are now the modern-day equivalent of Rosa Parks, we're told by a white comedian. Civil rights heroes, the lot of them. Well, yeah, I mean, there were incidents of Haitians dragging off geese and stuff like that, and Puerto Rico does have a landfill issue, but we'll get past the facts. Those pesky facts get in the way of the narrative. And the rest of us, among the 73 million Americans who voted not to have fascism, autocracy, mass deportation, internment camps, like FDR set up, your favorite president, and economy-crushing tariffs are the bad guys, the segregationists of our time. Yes, you are. If we hold on, let me check my notes. I don't want to have turkey dinner with the people screaming, your body, my choice. That's, by the way, a thinly veiled reference to Nick Fuentes. He was memeing that up and it was fucking hysterical. You may not agree with everything that Fuentes has to say, but let's face it. At the very least, nobody can ever blame him for being boring. Joy Reid is a little bit different. Okay, so there is this strong dual energy among MAGA people and their apologists, and it actually fits quite neatly with the history of America. It's equal parts bully energy, where they want to relentlessly troll liberals and lash out at minorities, and victim energy, where those same liberals are supposed to take the trolling quietly and also pity the trolls. No, we must seek to understand those on the right, what they really mean by their votes. It's called a vote. What they want, what they need. We are the constant handmaidens and wet nurses who are required to baby them, understand them, and serve them dinner. This is exactly the kind of lack of self-reflection that led to the historic electoral loss for the Democratic Party that we just saw. And I don't think that Reid is intelligent enough to fucking understand this. The constant attempt to invert victimhood is one of the things that led to your loss. You're pretending that you're on the down and out and you're the Rebel Alliance and weird shit like that, and it's very cringe on some levels. Sometimes it gets straight up into LARPing. That didn't go over well with the population. We rejected your message. But it wasn't really about that. That was only the topper. What the real issue was you never really had a platform other than joy. The platform was joy and don't re-elect Trump because he's a Nazi. That was the only thing that I heard from the Kamala Harris campaign. Reid, therefore, is livid about that, number one, absolutely catastrophically crushed by it on an emotional level, and I think in her case, she actually genuinely believes her own bullshit. You got crushed, and that sucks for you. And then there's the resulting fallout, which is that the people that won against you are going to chuckle about it. They're going to find it funny. But you're not allowed, apparently anyone who voted for Donald Trump is not allowed to take any glee online or anything like that. We're not allowed to criticize Joy Reid. Meanwhile, her cohorts can threaten to bomb Lee Zeldin's house. That makes a whole lot of sense. I mean, Jesus. In short, our dinner, their choice. It's the same energy their forefathers had towards the indigenous tribes. Oh, you mean all of those Democrats, actually, at the time. Hey, let's have Thanksgiving dinner on the land we stole from you. But before we pack you off to the reservation and snuff out your culture, could you please pass the corn on the cob? There's the dozens of post-Civil War massacres wiping out black communities from Louisiana to North Carolina to Rosewood. Florida and Tulsa, Oklahoma, where black communities got burned to the ground by racist white mobs. By the way, don't mention Waco to Joy Reid. I'm sure that it would cause her to implode even further. A century later, gentrified when rich folks want to live downtown because it's closer to work. But let's just call it even because y'all got King Day, a black president in Juneteenth. She's gone off the deep end. Her stunning lack of awareness of history would be surprising for the average commentator. Normally, I would boil this down to, hey, you got paid to post this sort of bullshit. And she does get paid, 7 figures, I believe, so she's got nothing to complain about from MSNBC, at least for now, and until they collapse entirely, which is probably going to happen in the next 6 months or so. Normally, I would ascribe it to shilling and grifting. With her, though, I genuinely believe that she believes what she's saying. That's what makes it disturbing. I think that she's genuinely ignorant enough to believe what she's saying here. Yes, it's a complete inversion of reality. I'm saying this as a non-conservative. Yes, I voted for Donald Trump. I've never stood with the Republican Party. And yes, I like the trolling. But by God, have some self-reflection. Some of us are hoping that the Democratic Party at some point is going to wise up and actually, give a shit. Do what it's paid to do. Because right now, just not feeling it. Sorry, dude. That's about all. Peace out.